What if I told you that one of the most misunderstood foods on your plate could actually rebuild your brain, protect your heart, balance your hormones, and help you lose fat, all at the same time? For decades, people were warned to fear it, avoid it, limit it. But today, modern nutritional science tells a very different story. Because when you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, something remarkable begins to happen inside your body. And most people have no idea. Imagine waking up every morning with steady energy instead of fatigue, clear focus instead of brain fog, strength in your body instead of weakness, and a calm, balanced mood instead of hormonal ups and downs. Imagine achieving all of this not through expensive supplements, complicated diets, or extreme routines, but through one simple daily habit that has existed for centuries. Eating 3 to 4 eggs every day may sound ordinary, but inside your body, it creates extraordinary changes that most people never connect to this one food. Eggs are one of the few foods on earth that can truly be called complete. They are not just protein, they are not just fat, they are not just vitamins, they are a perfectly designed package of nutrients that work together in harmony, exactly the way your body understands food. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you are not simply filling your stomach, you are feeding your brain, stabilizing your hormones, strengthening your muscles, and creating long-lasting energy that doesn't crash an hour later. The first transformation begins in the brain. The human brain is nearly 60% fat, and it relies heavily on specific nutrients to function properly. Eggs are rich in choline, a nutrient essential for memory, learning, focus, and mental clarity. Most people are unknowingly deficient in choline, and that deficiency often shows up as forgetfulness, poor concentration, mental fatigue, anxiety, and brain fog. When you eat eggs consistently, your brain cells communicate more efficiently. Signals travel faster. Thoughts feel clearer. You may notice that you remember things more easily, stay focused longer, and feel mentally sharp throughout the day instead of drained. Eggs also provide high-quality fats that nourish the brain and nervous system. These fats help maintain the protective covering around nerves, allowing messages to move smoothly through your body. This is one reason why people who regularly consume eggs often describe feeling more calm, stable, and mentally grounded. The brain does not thrive on sugar spikes and crashes. It thrives on steady nourishment, and eggs deliver exactly that. As the brain becomes nourished, hormones begin to balance. Hormones control nearly every function in your body, from mood and sleep to metabolism and reproductive health. What many people don't realize is that hormones are built from cholesterol and healthy fats. When your diet lacks these raw materials, your body struggles to produce hormones efficiently. Eating 3 to 4 eggs daily provides the cholesterol and fats your body needs to create and regulate hormones naturally. This hormonal support can be felt in subtle but powerful ways. Energy levels become more stable. Mood swings may soften. Stress feels more manageable. Sleep quality often improves. For men, hormonal balance supports strength, motivation, and vitality. For women, it can help regulate cycles, support emotional stability, and improve overall well-being. Instead of forcing the body into balance with artificial stimulants or restrictive diets, eggs gently provide the building blocks the body needs to regulate itself. Muscle strength is another area where eggs shine. Eggs contain complete protein, meaning they provide all essential amino acids in the right proportions. These amino acids are required to build, repair, and maintain muscle tissue. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, your muscles receive a steady supply of these building blocks, which is especially important as we age. Muscle loss is not just about appearance. It directly affects metabolism, balance, strength, and long-term independence. Strong muscles support joint health, posture, and physical resilience. Even if you don't lift weights or exercise intensely, your body is constantly repairing tissues. Eggs support this daily repair process, helping muscles stay strong and functional. For those who do exercise, eggs enhance recovery, reduce muscle breakdown, and support lean muscle growth. This leads to a stronger body that feels capable rather than fragile. Energy is where many people notice the biggest difference. Unlike foods that provide quick energy followed by a crash, eggs deliver slow, steady fuel. They contain no sugar and very few carbohydrates, which means they do not spike blood sugar levels. Stable blood sugar equals stable energy. When you eat eggs, your body does not enter a cycle of highs and lows. Instead, energy is released gradually, keeping you fueled for hours. This is why eggs are so satisfying. They activate satiety hormones that tell your brain you are full and nourished. Cravings begin to fade. The constant urge to snack decreases. You feel satisfied, not stuffed. This steady energy allows you to stay productive, focused, and physically active without reaching for caffeine or sugar to get through the day. Eggs also support the production of important vitamins inside the body. They contain fat-soluble vitamins that work together to support immune function, bone health, and cellular repair. These vitamins require fat to be absorbed properly, and eggs provide both the nutrients and the fat needed for absorption. This makes eggs far more effective than isolated vitamins taken without food. Over time, eating 3 to 4 eggs daily helps the body operate more efficiently. The digestive system benefits because eggs are easy to digest and gentle on the stomach. The liver benefits because nutrients in eggs help transport fat properly, supporting detoxification and metabolic health. The eyes benefit from antioxidants found in egg yolks that protect vision and reduce strain. The skin, hair, and nails benefit from proteins and minerals that support growth and repair from within. What makes eggs truly powerful is how all these benefits happen simultaneously. Instead of targeting one system at a time, eggs nourish the entire body at once. The brain becomes clearer, hormones stabilize, muscles strengthen, and energy becomes reliable. This is what real nutrition looks like. Not isolated nutrients, but complete nourishment. Consistency is key. Eating eggs occasionally is helpful, but eating them daily allows the body to rebuild and maintain balance. Over days and weeks, cells renew themselves using the nutrients you provide. When eggs become a daily habit, your body begins to rely on that steady supply of nourishment. You may not notice dramatic changes overnight, but gradually you feel stronger, sharper, and more energized. How eggs are eaten also matters. When combined with whole foods like vegetables and healthy fats, their benefits multiply. Cooking them gently preserves nutrients and makes them easier to digest. Choosing high-quality eggs further enhances their nutritional value. But even with simple preparation, eggs remain one of the most efficient foods you can eat. In a world full of conflicting nutrition advice, eggs stand as a reminder that real food does not need to be complicated. The human body evolved on simple, nutrient-dense foods that provided everything needed to survive and thrive. Eggs have nourished civilizations for thousands of years because they work. Eating 3 to 4 eggs daily is not about following a trend. It is about returning to a foundational source of nutrition that supports the body at every level. It is about trusting the intelligence of the body and feeding it accordingly. When you do, the body responds with clarity, balance, strength, and lasting energy. Sometimes the biggest health breakthroughs come from the simplest changes. One small decision repeated daily can reshape how you feel, think, and function. 3 to 4 eggs a day may seem modest, but inside your body, that choice sends a powerful message: nourish, repair, and sustain. And when the body receives that message consistently, it does exactly what it was designed to do. For decades, one simple food was placed on trial in the court of public opinion. It was accused of clogging arteries, raising cholesterol, and silently damaging the heart. People were warned to limit it, fear it, or remove its most nutritious part entirely. Many followed those warnings faithfully, believing they were protecting their health. But what if the very food they were avoiding was never the problem at all? What if, instead of damaging the heart, it was quietly supporting it all along? When you look at what actually happens inside the body, a very different truth emerges. Eggs do not harm your heart. When eaten correctly, they improve cholesterol quality, calm inflammation, and strengthen metabolic health in ways that are both profound and deeply misunderstood. The heart is not damaged by cholesterol itself. It is damaged by inflammation, oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and poor metabolic function. For years, cholesterol was treated as the enemy, but modern science has revealed that cholesterol is not only necessary for life, it is essential for repairing cells, producing hormones, and maintaining the integrity of blood vessels. Eggs naturally contain cholesterol, but this cholesterol does not behave the way people were once told it would. When you eat eggs, your body responds intelligently, adjusting its own cholesterol production based on what it receives from food. Instead of creating chaos, eggs often bring balance. One of the most important shifts that occurs when eggs are eaten regularly is in cholesterol quality, not quantity. Cholesterol travels through the bloodstream in particles, and these particles come in different forms. Small, dense particles are more likely to contribute to arterial damage, while large, fluffy particles are far less harmful and may even be protective. Eating eggs has been shown to increase the size of these particles, shifting cholesterol toward a safer, more stable form. At the same time, eggs raise levels of HDL, often referred to as good cholesterol, which helps remove excess cholesterol from the bloodstream and transport it back to the liver for proper recycling. This process alone changes the entire conversation around heart health. Instead of cholesterol building up in arteries, the body becomes better at managing and clearing it. The blood becomes less hostile to blood vessels. The internal environment becomes calmer and more controlled. Eggs, rather than creating danger, help restore order. Inflammation is another major driver of heart disease, and this is where eggs quietly shine. Chronic inflammation damages the lining of blood vessels, making them more vulnerable to plaque buildup. It stiffens arteries, disrupts blood flow, and increases the risk of cardiovascular events. Eggs contain nutrients that actively help reduce inflammation at the cellular level. Their antioxidants protect tissues from oxidative stress, while their healthy fats help stabilize cell membranes and reduce inflammatory signaling. When inflammation decreases, the heart does not have to work as hard. Blood vessels remain more flexible, circulation improves, the risk factors associated with heart disease begin to soften, not through medication or extreme restriction, but through nourishment. Metabolic health plays a critical role in heart function, yet it is often overlooked. The heart thrives when blood sugar levels are stable and insulin functions properly. Eggs contain no sugar and very few carbohydrates, which means they do not spike blood glucose or insulin levels. This is crucial because repeated blood sugar spikes lead to insulin resistance, and insulin resistance is one of the strongest predictors of heart disease. By providing protein and healthy fats without sugar, eggs help stabilize blood sugar throughout the day. This stability reduces stress on the cardiovascular system. It lowers the production of harmful byproducts that damage blood vessels. It supports a metabolic environment where the heart can function efficiently instead of being constantly under attack. Another hidden benefit of eggs lies in their role in supporting the liver. The liver is responsible for managing cholesterol, fats, and toxins in the body. When the liver becomes overloaded, cholesterol metabolism suffers and heart health declines. Eggs contain nutrients that support liver function and help transport fats properly, preventing buildup in the liver and bloodstream. A healthy liver means healthier cholesterol balance, cleaner blood, and reduced cardiovascular risk. Eggs also contribute to satiety and appetite control, which indirectly protects the heart. Overeating, especially of processed foods high in sugar and refined carbohydrates, places enormous stress on the cardiovascular system. Eggs promote fullness and reduce cravings, making it easier to naturally regulate food intake. This leads to better weight management, lower inflammation, and improved metabolic markers, all of which reduce strain on the heart. The way eggs are eaten matters just as much as the eggs themselves. When eggs are consumed alongside whole foods like vegetables, healthy fats, and natural sources of fiber, their benefits are amplified. In this context, eggs do not exist in isolation. They become part of a nourishing pattern that supports cardiovascular health. Problems arise not from eggs, but from pairing them with refined carbohydrates, sugary foods, and highly processed oils that drive inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. For many people, the fear of eggs led them to replace them with foods marketed as heart healthy, but loaded with sugar, artificial ingredients, and unstable fats. These substitutions did far more damage than eggs ever could. Eggs were blamed, while the real culprits went unnoticed. When eggs are reintroduced into a balanced diet, many people experience measurable improvements. Cholesterol ratios improve, inflammatory markers decrease, blood sugar becomes more stable, energy levels rise. These changes reflect a heart that is being supported rather than stressed. It is also important to understand that the heart is not an isolated organ. It is part of an interconnected system that includes the brain, liver, muscles, and hormonal network. Eggs support all of these systems simultaneously. By nourishing the brain, they reduce stress responses that strain the heart. By supporting muscles, they improve insulin sensitivity. By stabilizing hormones, they reduce chronic stress signals that damage blood vessels. By improving metabolic efficiency, they create an internal environment where the heart can thrive. The body evolved to recognize real food, not isolated nutrients or artificial replacements. Eggs are whole food nutrition in one of its most efficient forms. They provide what the body needs to maintain balance, repair damage, and adapt to stress. When eaten correctly and consistently, they send a signal of nourishment rather than deprivation. The fear surrounding eggs was built on outdated assumptions and incomplete understanding. As science evolves, so does the truth. The heart does not fear eggs. It responds to them intelligently, adjusting, adapting, and often improving as a result. Eating eggs correctly means respecting quality, preparation, and context. It means choosing real food over processed alternatives. It means understanding that health is built through patterns, not isolated decisions. Within the right pattern, eggs are not a threat, they are an ally. When you let go of fear and begin to observe how your body responds, you may notice subtle but powerful changes. A steadier heartbeat, more consistent energy, better endurance, improved blood markers. These are not coincidences. They are signs of a system returning to balance. The heart is resilient, intelligent, and responsive. When given the right inputs, it adapts beautifully. Eggs, when eaten correctly, provide those inputs. They improve cholesterol quality rather than worsening it. They reduce inflammation rather than fueling it. They support metabolic health rather than undermining it. Sometimes the greatest threat to health is not food itself, but misinformation. When fear replaces understanding, people make choices that move them further from balance. Reclaiming the truth about eggs is not just about one food. It is about restoring trust in the body's ability to thrive when nourished properly. In the end, the heart does not need perfection. It needs consistency, nourishment, and metabolic stability. Eggs provide all three, and when they are welcomed back to the table with understanding rather than fear, the heart responds not with damage, but with strength, efficiency, and resilience that speaks for itself.